During the making of this video, the operators of various mines allowed the staging of certain conditions which may at first appear to be unsafe and not according to certain federal, state, and/or company safety procedures. These scenes were created strictly to demonstrate the differences between correct and incorrect safety and work procedures in the mining environment. They in no way are a true reflection of the condition or operation of the mine shown in this video production.
Hello, welcome to another in our exciting series of mine safety training videos. Today we will examine a common hazard in surface mines, ground control. Join us as we discuss this important and often deadly topic. Hey, you in the back, wake up. This information could save your life.
Ground control in mining. What does ground control mean? For the purposes of our video today, let's define ground control as ground management activities in stripping, drilling, blasting, mine inspection, scaling, loading, haul roads, berms, stockpiling, and loading out of materials. Understand every mine, location, geology, and local conditions will vary. This video can't cover all of those situations, so we suggest you use this video for a training guide. And then you must be responsible for adopting very specific ground control procedures for your mine and location. From time to time, we're going to ask you to identify what's wrong with this ground condition, or what potential danger does it pose? Pay attention to help determine if they're present in your mine. Whether you're a mine company employee working daily or contractor entering the mine temporarily to perform work, the safety rules and regulations regarding ground control apply to you at all times. Whether you're in an open pit surface mine, open pit underwater mine, or sand and dredging operation, stripping of the overburden must take place. Inspect ground conditions and make sure that travelways will safely support bulldozers and haul trucks that clear and transport the overburden. Do the haul roads require berms along the sides for safe travel in your location? If so, are the berms as high as mid-axle height on the largest vehicle that will be using the road? Dumping sites should be inspected before powered haulage equipment uses the area. Can vehicles safely operate without coming too close to a face or high wall? Are there berms to prevent over-travel of trucks dumping in the area? If the ground is unstable and will not support dumping equipment, then tractors or bulldozers should be used to push the overburden. Operators of land clearing equipment should be careful of falling trees, limbs, and other debris which might penetrate the cab and injure the operator if proper clearing procedures are not used. Only properly trained and qualified persons shall perform drilling and blasting operations in a mine. Before drilling occurs in an open pit surface or open pit underwater mine, a competent person should inspect ground conditions in the area. Are there fissures or cracks at the surface? How far back from the face do they extend? Are there cracks below the ground surface that can't be seen? From previous inspections, how far back do the underground cracks or fissures extend? Based on local ground conditions at the site, how far back should the drill rig be positioned so as to not run the danger of the rig going over the face? Is it necessary for rigging or stabilization to be put in place for the drill rig to operate safely? After explosives are placed in shot holes and the drilling area is prepared for a blast, all persons should be cleared from the area and moved back safe distances. You want to prevent danger of fly rock from the blast that can injure or even kill mine workers. All road and travelways should be blocked and no traffic permitted to the site. After the proper warning alarms are sounded and the blast occurs, then ground condition inspections must be made. In an open pit surface mine, high walls must be inspected for loose rocks and overhangs must be scaled to prevent injury or death from falling rock off the face. Once the inspection and/or scaling are complete, then load out of material may take place. In an open pit underwater mine, ground conditions must be inspected before the drag line is moved in. Where are surface cracks and fissures present? How far back from the water do they appear? Where does the drag line need to be placed to not get too close to the face, the water's edge, and then run the risk of overturning? Before the drag line can be located in position to work, the ground may have to be leveled and prepared. In an open pit underwater mine, the drag line operator should not place stockpiles too near the edge of the face and water's edge. Bulldozers, front-end loaders, and haul trucks need to be able to work around stockpiles without falling over the bank into the water. Berms in the area should be built to the correct height and a safe distance from the water's edge. In a sand and dredging operation, ground around the edges of the pit must be inspected. There will be surface cracks indicating areas of danger. Berms need to be placed between travelways and the pit. Also, barricades and/or warning signs need to be placed, keeping workers out of the area around the pit that are subject to cave-in or sloughing off during the dredging of sand. Cave-ins can occur in a split second with no warning. Proper ground control is essential to prevent injury or death. In an open pit surface mine or open pit underwater mine, materials must be loaded off of benches or out of stockpiles. Care and caution should be practiced here. When front-end loaders must load product from stockpiles, the operator must properly withdraw materials and not undercut the stockpile incorrectly. Undercutting the stockpile can result in material falling on the mobile equipment and operator, seriously injuring or killing him. If more than one front-end loader will be putting material in the haul truck or on conveyors, then the operators need to drive and not collide with each other or the vehicle or the conveyor that they're loading. This requires constant observation from the cab and looking out for the location of the other loader and for the vehicle or conveyor that's being filled with material. Haul trucks should not be overfilled. They should be loaded safely with no material hanging over the edges or stacked so high that material will be thrown off the bed during transport. Haul truck operators need to stay in the cab of their vehicles when loader operators are filling the truck bed with material. Staying in the cab at all times during the process will prevent walking around and injury from material falling from the stockpile, from the loader bucket, or from being hit by either the loader or another haul truck in the area. We just can't emphasize enough. Haul truck operators need to stay in the cab while the vehicle is being loaded. Berms need to be maintained between the stockpiles and edge of the water in an open pit underwater mine. These berms must be as high as mid-axle height on the largest vehicle that will be working in the area. Along the travelways in all types of mines, where materials will be hauled from stockpiles to processing, berms or guardrails shall be provided and maintained on the banks of roadways where a drop-off exists of sufficient grade or depth to cause a vehicle to overturn or endanger persons and equipment. Mine operators and workers need to constantly inspect berms for their condition and height on existing roads. Each time a new travelway is opened, sufficient time must be spent in building new berms to the proper height and slope before haul trucks are allowed to use the roadway. It's a constant challenge, but new berms must be built on new travelways before they're opened and then properly maintained during the continued use of the road. Where haul trucks must dump materials, ramps and dumping facilities shall be designed and constructed of materials capable of supporting the loads to which they will be subjected. Special care needs to be taken to fully compute the loaded weight of the heaviest haul trucks that will be using the dump facility to correctly build and support the ramps and dumping facilities. Berms and bumper blocks should be provided at dumping facilities where there is a danger of over-travel or overturning. Unless platforms or safety lines are used, persons shall not position themselves over draw holes in the stockpiling areas if there is a danger that broken rock or material may be withdrawn or bridged. Mobile equipment operators, when moving stockpile materials, must be extremely careful not to propel equipment over draw holes that are capable of overturning the equipment and injuring or killing the operator. Different mines use different warning signs and marking systems for locations of draw holes. Familiarize yourself with the location of draw holes and stay out of danger. At no time should workers walk on stockpiles. The stockpiles may give way with the materials falling from above, or materials may completely engulf you. Serious injury or death may result. Mine operators should provide adequate dust control around stockpiles, loadout bins, and travelways for the movement of materials from the plant. Wet suppression on travelways, truck washing stations, and paved roads are some of the methods that can be used. As we've seen today, ground control can be defined as ground management activities in virtually all phases of mining. Inspect, control, and maintain ground management at all times.
Well, there you have it, the facts on ground control. I'd like to leave you with this one question. Are you prepared to take the necessary steps to practice safe ground control? For the sake of you and your family, I hope so. Until the next exciting safety training video, I wish you a good, safe day.